Well, it's been a super busy day already. I got to the barn just around 8 o'clock after I dropped the kids off. I had to go train some horses in the race bike. Then we had 3 sets of babies to go with today. 4 are going tomorrow. Amy and I are going to be there, but it'll be fine. 3 went today, and then we had to, what else did I do? Gallop 3 horses. Tried to. And then we had qualifiers and a schooler. So it's been a busy day thus far. Now, I did not qualify Melisandre. I worked it out in my mind. I believe I'm going to qualify Melisandre Tuesday at the Meadows. At the very minimum. I may qualify Arrowhead, but I don't know if he's ready just yet. I think I might just school him. We'll see. I haven't made my mind up yet. And Mountaineer Prince, I'm going to bring him over as schooler today. The track wasn't the greatest, and Tyler went with him. I don't think he's gone with him before. He made a couple of breaks on him, and I said, that's enough. Lighten his shoes up, tighten his hobbles up. He can go to the Meadows on Tuesday at the very least in school, and he'll continue to school until he gets it right. The speed is there. He's got enough speed to be a useful horse. I don't understand the breaks. They're a little perplexing, to be honest. I don't know why it's a problem for him, but I would say one of the more unique situations we've had in quite a while, where horses just makes a break. We bought horses like LD's Patrick come into our barn, who was an accomplished racehorse somewhat, but showed a lot of breaks, and he raced very, very well for us. And we had Casanova Hall come into our barn also, off a lot of breaks, and he also did fairly well. This guy, it just seems like he went 3 or 4 weeks where he was training very, very well, and then just come off the rails for no reason. There's no lameness at all to speak of. He's just not getting it done properly. So I'm going to go on a little road trip with the principal on Tuesday. He can come over and we'll school him on Tuesday. So I believe that's the plan for Tuesday. Now that I actually started to formulate that plan as we were training the babies. Jason was worried that the track was maybe falling apart a little bit today. I didn't think it was bad. As I left, it was almost qualifying time, and I didn't think it was that bad. So we left it as is. I mean, the plan that I had made for the Meadows. In my mind, and I think in Jason's mind, I was going to take those 2 horses. Maybe we wouldn't go with Freedom Hill and Gorgeous Package. They could come over here to school or qualify. But as it turned out, we got them qualified. It wasn't a problem. So let's start from the top. And we had qualifiers and schoolers in Ontario also. So, I guess we'll start in Ontario. Manhattan Money, a decent qualifier. Still looked a little choppy to me, but certainly better than the last time I saw him. And it looks like it's hard to get a gauge, right? The track must be horrible and the weather horrible in Ontario right now. James told me it was terrible. And then when you look at the times over the last 2 days, it certainly looks like it. It just looks slow. So Manhattan Money's mile and 2.2. I don't know what to think about that. Is that a mile and 2.2 or is it a mile and 58? I have no idea. Anyway, we'll see. I don't know if Harry wants to go back with another qualifier with him or not. And then he'll be racing in the numbers of 2. The plan is to get him into that series next month, the 3-year-old series. I want to have Westland Warrior squared away for that. And he'd want to be squared away for that. And Never Lose Felix is a necessity for Manhattan Money to be over here. Well, if he's not going to compete in the straight numbers of 2, then I suspect, yes, there will be. At the same token, I don't want to have 3 horses in that series when you know there's going to be a maximum of 2 divisions. Maybe 1. There's definitely not going to be more than 2. So we'll see how that plays out. But you know what? First things first, the horse qualified well. I'm a trucker. I think we've come to our end with trucker. I was so torn on sending him over to Ontario. I just felt I trained him in 2.7 at Northfield. I had to watch him in the turns. Why not send him to a place with bigger turns? I know he's a Michigan bred. I know he'd have to race on a half. I was well aware of all this. My main goal was getting him to the races. That's my main goal. James went a mile in 2.9 with him today. Told me it would have been a chore to get to 2.8. When I hear that, I'm like, wow, come on, Jesus, I went a mile and 2, a full second faster. Northfield Park than Mohawk. So the track, if the track's off, if it was windy, if there was a million things, okay, cool. Is there 10, 12 seconds in there? I mean, surely he'd have to trot 59 at Mohawk to be a useful horse in Michigan, even in Michigan. James didn't hesitate very much in saying no. I don't believe there is. So between Bluebird, Tuxedo Hill, and I'm a Trucker, I think there's going to be 2 less lockers occupied at the stable come next week. And, you know, a part of me does, you know, there's that voice inside me saying, well, you shouldn't have sent them to Ontario. It cost everybody another $600 to get them shipped over there. You're right, it did. But my job is to get them to the races. And I really thought that a major component of getting them there would be to let them stretch out a little bit at Mohawk. And I can blame the weather. And I can blame the track. But I also have to blame the horse. Maybe he's just not there yet. And I'm sorry, but we can't wait till the end of his 3-year-old season to see if he's going to be a racehorse. So that'll be somebody else's job moving forward. So that was Ontario. I got to the barn. I trained Arrowhead, Hanover, and Tyler went with Arrowhead. I went with Melisandre. And even as we were going out the door, I was torn. I wanted to go a mile in 2-1, but I did want to come to the Meadows with Melisandre. So just we're going out the door, I said, Tyler, you know what? We're going to go a mile between 2.6 and 2.8. A nice even mile. I don't want to stretch them out. I want to go right back Tuesday with a good qualifier with both of them. They both needed a good training session. And they both got it today. A mile in 2.7 and a piece, last quarter in 30 seconds. Both were strong. Both were very, very good. I was happy with what I saw from Arrowhead and Melisandre. I'd like to see a qualifier in 59 for Melisandre. And I'd like to see a schooler. And you might see a qualifier. Might just throw Arrowhead into qualify. He needs at least 2 qualifiers. I might go qualifier in 2 minutes and then come back with one in 57 with him. Very happy with the way he looked at, and an appreciation to Dr. Latessa. He did some work on Arrowhead Hanover. Perfect, hit the spot. He was not running in at all. In fact, we went from training him down with nothing to training him with 2 head pulls on the left, to a head pull and Murphy blind on the left, to Tyler saying he doesn't need that head pull, maybe and or Murphy blind. So clearly, Dr. Latessa was in the right place with Arrowhead Hanover. Now, Century Legion, I went and trained him by himself. We changed his shoes around. We went from all the technical ways we had him shod throughout the winter to saying, okay, now you're going to have to swim down to the deep end. I'm going to show you one time, and it's going to be sink or swim for you. And oddly enough, he swam. I went a mile in 59 today with Century Legion, which was actually a hell of a mile. The track, remember, they canceled the races the last 2 days because of the track. So the track wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great this morning, and that was a hell of a mile from Century Legion. Now he's just got to duplicate that in a race setting. So he'll be in to go next week, I hope, Wednesday, I hope. And we'll be able to see how Legion does. But that was a good and an improved qualifier or training trip for him. Now we got to the qualifiers. No, we didn't get there yet. I had 3 gallopers. I galloped Patrick the Piranha. He was super happy. He likes to run. I turned him to go his mile. He went to pace off, and he just tapped the right line, and he rolled right into a gallop. And the horses that do that are the ones that, 1, know you want them to do, and 2, actually enjoy doing it. And he loves to gallop. I didn't go super fast with him today because he's in 2 days. Just stretch his legs a little bit, get his cardio up for Saturday, I believe, right? Saturday evening, Sunday evening. Sunday evening. Who's the other horse I galloped? Gaslight Hall. I galloped him good today. He warmed up good. He looked good. He galloped good. And he trotted off back to the barn. He seemed really, really good to me. So a good step forward for him. We're going to gallop him for the next 3 weeks. And in case I don't, we'll talk about it in a minute, but Hanger 1, I want to gallop him for a couple of weeks too. He seems frustrated with the speed that we're going, which is about a 240, 235, 240 speed. He's getting a little angry. So I'd said to Jason after our first, and we'll talk about the babies in a second, but I'd said to Jason after the first set, second set maybe, I'd Hanger 1. I said, this guy is just, he gets very frustrated at this speed. So I think from now, and he went out the door quiet and happy. He went on the track happy. He just doesn't seem happy at that speed. And I think I'm just going to leave him alone for a couple weeks. Let his head down, take all the gear off him, take the hobbles off him, just let him gallop out for a little bit. And I think that will be a lot of help for Hanger 1. I can see his demeanor going out the door and how it changes when he gets on the track. And I want to get him back to the way he's going out the door. That's how I want to see him, comfortable, relaxed, and happy. So that's the biggest reason that we run a lot of these horses. Some horses interfere, you'll run them. You look at a horse like Patrick or 3 Point, who I attempted to run today and refused to run. I trained him on the trot. Those horses, it's all about managing their attitude and their output. And as I said, Patrick loves his work and loves to gallop. Gaslight Hall was the first time he's ever galloped today, I believe, in a prolonged setting, and he really liked it by the time we finished up. But 3 Point Blue Chip, I went to turn him to gallop, and he wouldn't gallop. You got to watch 3 Point. He gets a little moody, and you can't force him to do anything. And he would not run. I said, okay. Usually you can't train him by himself. You just pull up and be moody. That's just him. He went a mile in 25, and he was towing on me the whole way. He wanted to go a lot more. So a good training trip for him, and a good training trip for Patrick and for Gaslight Hall. Now, when I jump forward and talk about Hanger 1 again, lots of speed, a ball of speed, and I think what I'm trying to do is keep his cardio up and keep him happy until the point where the speed he wants to go is the speed we're going. I think, does that make sense to you? He wants to go more than he should right now. He wants to get at it and go fast, and there'll be time for that. But right now, he just has to relax. Relax when you're on the track. And there's days when he is, and the only times he's not recently is when he was a little fractious when he was training. His best training mile, by far, was the one he went with the 3-year-olds, and he ended up beating them, I think, or might have got picked off by the other horse on the inside, but trained very, very good that day, and that was because that was a mile in 30. We were going in 40, the babies. He went in 30. He was comfortable going that speed. He does not like going up around that 40. Just the transition, I think, bothers him, and it frustrates him. So I'm just going to take all the stuff off him, rope and happy, bridle on him, and gallop him for the next 2 weeks, just so he stays happy. Until we also get down around that full-time 225, 230 mile. So, gorgeous package. We didn't talk about the qualifiers. We talked about the trainers and the gallopers. Qualifiers, gorgeous package was good. Now, they didn't show the videos. Jason told me he thought she made a break in the first turn. She just got out of gear, and they didn't chart her with a break, which is good. She'll need to come back with a stiff, probably training trip or schooler at 156 or another qualifier. But she's going to be ready to rock right out of the box, as we like to say. And you know, she'll fit the Downwards of 4, I assume. Fillies and Mares 5 or Ohio Breds 5. If they don't write that class in Northfield or fill it, they certainly will at Miami Valley or Meadows. 2 or 3 classes, I think she fits in the Meadows. So one way or another, she's not next week. She's not going to race next week. She'll race the week after. Freedom Hill, I told you guys I trained her a lot faster the other day, 2-1 and a piece 2-2. Then I'd asked Tyler, I said, just go very easy with her, go around, go mile 2-4, if that's okay with you. And that's exactly what he did. And then Emerald Dio, listen, coming off AFib, regardless, he won the qualifier, which is important. He passed horses, got the job done, and went a good mile. He's ready to go now. He too will be in to go next week. I was happy with what I saw from Emerald Dio. The only disappointment of the entire day, when I talk about it, I mean the entire day, was the schooler from Mountaineer Prince. And he's been going good and doing his work well. I'm not letting him off the hook. He's going to continue to work hard. He'll just do it in a different state, as he'll be coming with me in the truck and trailer to the Meadows next Tuesday. Now, the babies, they went good. Rose Run Bobby was great. Rico Tubbs bounced back good. We added a set of bell boots to him today. Eric said all he did was put him on his toes. He was awesome. Did his work good. He said that's much better. That's how he was. So that's good. That's good that Rico Tubbs was good. Rose Run Bobby was awesome also. Cherry's Girl was very good. So was Supermind. Royal Duchess and Sterling Hanover were right in behind us. I know Amy ended up stuck first over with Sterling Hanover, and it was not where I wanted her to be with him. But in fairness to her, when I moved, Eric moved behind me and Amy moved behind him. That put her third over coming to the half. I cleared. I let Eric go, and Amy was left uncovered with Sterling Hanover. Not the place you want to be. You know, he just hears voices. Just green. You know, it's because of the time he's missed. But everybody in that set was very, very good. Set 2, who did I have in there? I had Hanger 1. He was a little warm, but everybody else in the set was good. I noticed a cut on Royal Flush Dio's hind heel. It was bothering him a little bit. We got to clean that up. Megan's Lucky Day was good. Jailbird Jog was good again. Amy said she was much better today. Joe J. Fotag. Now, what had happened was I went by everybody coming to the half with Hanger 1. I said, enough's enough. All right, if you got to get at it, just go. I'm not fighting anymore. Cleared to the front, and I just said, as I was going by Tyler, I said, don't keep up. You guys go your mile. And Hanger 1 come half in 11 or 12, and he was much more comfortable doing that. It's just going to have to leave him alone for a little bit. I believe everybody else, Eric said Degas was running in a bit. She needs that Murphy blind and head pull put back on the inside. Jailbird Jog, Amy said was good. No complaints there. Megan's Lucky Day, Jason said was good. Royal Flush Dio, as I said, just that heel was bothering him, but he was good. We went out with the third set. Neuromancer made a break right at the wire. He's just touching. We just changed his shoes around. Now, we took all the bars and everything off him behind. I think there might be just a little need for some an adjustment period, because he was awesome the whole way. I let Tyler go in the last turn because I wanted to get a good look at Jolene Hall, who was ended up coming first over. She ended up trotting her mile very good also. Leland Hanover, Don't Ask Again, made a little break coming to the half. He just got up on top and he made a break. I think she was fine after that. Highest Honors and Emerald Tom was good. And as I said, everybody in that set was good. Neuromancer should not have made the break at the wire. I know exactly what he did. He just touched himself. And when we came in, his stifles were shaking. We just removed the winter cork from him. We just removed the bar shoes from him behind and went to a half round, half swedge. Just the way he handled the surface without any grab on and now no bars on, I think just left him a little exposed. And he was touching himself a little bit behind, but when he came in, both his stifles were shaking. So a little blister on his stifles and continue to work on him. But overall, I was pretty happy. I whispered in his ear as I was leaving, you'd want to get your stuff. You want to get it put together properly, or you'll be castrated like your brother was long before you were as a 2-year-old. So I don't want to go that route right now. I really, really like this horse. But it's got to put it all together. Eventually, you're going to run out of freebies. And aside from him, I was happy with everybody in the third set. That was the last set for today. If you're following along at home, there's 4 sets tomorrow. Amy is on her way to Ontario with Ollie, who was baseball today. I am going to race at the Meadows. I actually start racing in the Meadows in 17 minutes. I am going to race at the Meadows this afternoon, get done at the 9th race, and then head towards Ontario, where I'm going to race in race 8 and race 10. I'm going to get up tomorrow. I'm going to train the babies with James and Dominic and Johnny and Danny. And then I'm going to run down to Mohawk. I'm going to train Chicago Hall and Resolve Indeed with James. We're going to go a mile and 2.4 or thereabouts. And then I am going to have a quick little nap. I'm going to head back to Ohio tomorrow afternoon. I'm in race 8, 9, and I believe 12 tomorrow, and then I'm all done. So pretty busy 48 hours. I get the first portion of it. The Ohio work is done. I'm now pulling into the Meadows, where I'm going to get this work done, and then head back to Ontario. So, I hope your day is not quite as chaotic as mine is. I hope you're having a good day, a good start to your weekend. I will talk to you all, actually, on my way to Ontario. Take care.